fuck out of here.
What'd you get, B? Chicken from churches? No way, guys.
Church chicken.
Hey, you know, one time, well, almost all the time, people will pull up to Pizza Hut and be like, hey, what do y'all serve here?
Damn, what the fuck?
And I'm like, I think we serve pizza, bro. Man, I don't know. Let me double check.
I'll figure it out, though. I got you, B. You know, customer service for
Like that. I used to like churches, but I think the best thing they got is the biscuits.
Church is chicken.
Let rolling time be. Oh shit.
Yeah.
You know where HEB's at?
Straight, right?
More or less, right?
Like yesterday.
Basically, but I mean,
yeah, pretty much.
Yes.
Like, hook me up with the fucking directions. All I know is I keep going straight for a while.
oh, I got the business cards in, B.
Yeah, boy.
You know what I was like saying though?
Yeah.
I fucked up, bro.
What happened?
I didn't put any fucking information on there.
Like, what kind of information?
Like what we do.
It is. It's just like.
Or it just has the pictures and the names and the numbers.
Like polish, stay, fucking
And
epoxy.
exactly, none of that. And you know, that's the whole fucking reason why I told him to get them, so that people know what the fuck we do. Like that. Oh.
Damn, and the car's already been ready. Oh, we can always fix the second
Just
batch.
Go to the website and then put the website on the card so they can figure out what you.
Right, but they're made already. I'm gonna go pick them up today, hopefully. I'm gonna give y'all, 50 each.
Bet. Fucking start making some business pop up after this fucking long ass H-Mart bullshit. That we can actually have jobs that Rodrigo and us can profit from.
That's what I want, to be able to have more freedom. I can do things with myself, more physical freedom.
Yeah.
So I don't want to say freedom, like,
Yeah, like general freedom.
yes, because it doesn't matter what we do.
Exactly. We're still working underneath the system.
You know,
Yeah.
I was talking about the other day how people can convince themselves of something that doesn't exist, and trying to figure out how by using human behavior. Like, for instance, when Tino says he's gonna come in on time the next day, or wake up early enough the next day, doesn't matter what time he sleeps. If he sets it on his mind, he knows he's gonna do it. That's what he convinces himself that he's doing. But in reality, he never gets up early. Every day.
Noticed.
And I tell him, how can you think or justify your action by convincing yourself of a lie? You basically convinced yourself. Nobody did it for you, because I didn't believe him. You didn't believe him. But he said,
He
he
believed
believed himself so much that he knew it wasn't, that he felt it couldn't be a lie. And I figured that's how people view religion.
It's like mental gymnastics.
That's how people view religion, and they justify their means. Because I also compare it to me, how I used to think. You know what I used to say when I believed in God? Well, God forgives, right? So there's nothing really that I can do that's that bad.
Yeah. So you should just fuck up all the time.
Basically, an excuse. And it made me view my parents as in a person.
Yeah.
Like, who the fuck are you? You listen to the same person I do, God.
And the same shit, you know.
And school helped that agenda to like disconnect myself from them, and them not being around just like locked it in.
For real. Nobody did. No parent actually teach you. Yeah, you get taught by some like psychopathic babysitter. That's a school.
And then I always noticed that every single time the emotional trauma from the suffering that is made in this world always made me question myself. And it wasn't even anything like physically taken from me. I wasn't beaten to death.
Yeah, it's just
I
shit
wasn't.
happening.
It was just shit. It was just materialistic things. Like I didn't have enough money to pay the light, and I thought, wow, this is real suffering.
Yeah.
I was like, damn, like this is so fucked up, man. You know what I mean? And it was just like I had food. It was cool enough.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't really need to be entertained.
Somebody
I didn't
else
work
needs
the next day. It was really no fucking physical issue. Nothing physically was gonna be taken from me.
Yeah.
And
It's like you still had your health and shit.
yeah, and then, but I felt like it was some kind of pain. Like nigga just fucking took everything from me.
Yeah, I've been there before too.
And I just started questioning my beliefs, and I started turning to God to help me with the light. And then I just think about how silly that sounds and how stupid it is. How you can convince yourself that somebody else did it for you
Yeah.
without even being there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because that's what they tell me all the time. Well, how come you have these nice things? Well, how come your mindset the way it is, and you want to do all these things for yourself? And then like God did that. I'm like, what the fuck?
That's my stepdad always says.
I was like, really?
I always tell him, like, man, I know you don't make a whole bunch of money. How the fuck do you afford a lot of this shit? And he's like, God has plans for me. Like, he'll say some shit like that.
Fuck no, you know damn well that's not true, man. Because I've seen my sister devote her entire life, and it's only people who make believe in through the interpretation. That's what I'm saying. People who justify, who come to realization that living by the Bible is not gonna get you anywhere. It's gonna keep you lost. It's impossible, basically, to follow these rules. And then the way the religion tells you to follow them, you can't wear makeup, you can't do this, basically isolating you from everywhere else except that bubble of civilized religious people. And then that's what I was talking to some girl yesterday about, and she's like, oh yeah, God gave you this. I was like, man, you know, to be honest with you, look, you know, I believe in a higher power, but I'm telling you, this is probably the fake one. That's what they do, because they tell you the truth and they give you a fake belief for it, behind it. And I told her, because I never, with the religion paints in your fucking head, is that you're gonna, my sister even admitted, finally, because nobody admits to what they do in there, because they want to justify it. They want you to believe their point of view.
There's no justice.
So, and they're willing to lie about it for it. They're willing to lie to make it look like it's good thing. Like I used to ask my sister, "What don't they tell you to do these things?" She's like, "No, they don't." But basically, they're telling you this. There's a whole bunch of bad people out there. The flesh is weak. You can get convinced very easily to go into the devil's side. You should stay here. But we're not telling you to stay here. You can go out if you want to. Like, nigga, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You're basically scaring the shit out of me into not going.
It's like
you know, like
installing fear.
Yeah, like when I did to my son when I knew he was gonna hurt himself, and I warned him, "Hey, you're gonna hurt yourself," and you're gonna be like, "For real?" And then I'll tell him, "All right, go ahead."
Yeah, but like, well, you can go ahead.
You know what I mean? And then what are you gonna do? That's that reverse psychology that people
really
talk
is.
about. They're like, that's what really makes you think about yourself. They're gonna be like, "Oh, well, this motherfucker knows something. Let me just trust him." When people tell you, no, don't do it. Why? No, because no. They do it anyway. It's like they follow blindly because they answer their own question. And I was talking to some chick yesterday too, and she's like, I told her, "Oh, what happened? How come you hung up?" Because I answered hello, right? Mm-hmm. And my phone, as I answered, I said hello, and then like it kind of fell, like somehow I dropped it. Huh?
The tray?
Oh.
He's like, unlock the door.
Somehow I dropped it, and like it was fumbling, and she's like, she hung up, and I was like, "Hey, hello?" She hung up, and I called her back. I'm like, "Yo, what happened? Why'd you hang up?" She's like, "Oh, I don't know what you're doing. It sounded like you were really busy and shit." I was like, "What? What are you talking about?" "Yeah, I thought you were like fighting over the phone or something." I was like, "Really? Hold on. How do you know that?" She's like, "I don't." And I'm like, okay, let me just stop you right there. You said you don't know what's going on. So how did you come up with that answer?
It's like filled in the gaps in her.
Yeah. I tell her, like, how do you say that you don't know and then give me an answer anyway? And she's like, well, like, I mean, I don't know, like, because you know how people are. Okay, so you're assuming everybody's bad. No, I never said that. Okay, but that's what you're justifying your action for. And she's like, well, I mean, it's just that, well,
they get caught in that trap.
They're like, well, it's just, I know how people, okay, so you do know. And then she's like, well, you know what, I didn't even think about it that way. You're right. When she found out she couldn't, like, argue to make her point because I was making her feel dumb, she just basically did that, yeah, whatever, you're right. Like, yeah, you're always right thing. You know what I mean? How everybody treats the person that think he's always right. That's what she did. And I'm like, wow, I guess. Like, you basically just blew me off so you don't face the truth.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't know how people could just do that to themselves every day.
I get blown off all the time, don't worry about it.
It's not about that because I don't talk about the system all the time like that. I talk about the certain behavior that they're doing and how it's pointless to be mad about something that doesn't exist.
Yeah. And if they're interested, I'll continue deeper, and it just ties back to the system because everything eventually does.
Well, if you're not aware of it, you're basically like behaving how they want you to.
Yeah, it's like you only talk about the fruits, like the rotten fruits. You're not talking about like the stems and where the stems go to, the roots. You know, you're not talking about the roots of your problems. You're talking about the fucking rotten fruits.
Yeah, and the problem is that a lot of people don't admit to their faults, their flaws, and they like actually admit it. They'll be like, yeah, we do bad, but hey, everybody does bad, right? Everybody, you do it too, right?
Yeah.
That's like,
I appreciate people call me out on my shit.
But that's not addressing the real issue. Fuck what everybody thinks, dude. It's what you think. Your conscience. It's not your homeboy's conscience. Because in the end, you're the one that's going to feel bad about what you're doing. Mm-hmm. Whether you view it bad or you don't. That's what I'm talking about. It's the emotion. That's why some people view their bad thing in a good way and justify it. Okay, that's what I'm saying. So it doesn't matter what you put that belief in, because if he thinks you're doing something bad, if you feel it's good, then you shouldn't question yourself or anything about it.
Michael.
It should just be done. But if you're over here trying to find a way out so you don't look like the bad guy, then you're basically just avoiding confronting yourself. That's what I see. That's like the ignorance.
Yeah.
That's how the ignorance is built up, because they're always going to think that you don't know what I know.
And it always
And the
catches
supremacy
people.
program comes in where they think they're better than you because you're just stupid. You talk about fantasies that are not coming true, not realizing that you're the one living a fantasy.
It always catches people when they least expect it too. Like they fall into that shit, not even knowing, unless people call them out right on the spot.
I think the best way to get somebody to understand is to go to a point in their life when they're questioning themselves.
Yeah, I like that.
Because that's exactly what my sister did. She was questioning her belief.
Then that's where you can start relating.
And that's when I started telling her. Because they're going through that trauma and they don't want to believe that that's true, because obviously it hasn't helped them.
And obviously that's when she talks to somebody else that actually kind of feels that same way and then we
Oh,
experienced it through, they can open up more.
Yeah.
And be like, yeah, I mean, yeah, I know. Then you experienced this too. Like, yeah, you know, like then they start like talking about then it starts being actually a actual real conversation. You know.
Yes.
It actually feels like it actually has a meaning when you talk to that person.
It's harder and getting a little harder for me to talk or to connect with women.
Yeah.
Because they're so empty, and they're just so desperate to show me that they're not, just because they like something about me. And I just don't believe them. That's the thing.
Yeah.
That drives everybody. You don't believe me, and just because I don't believe her, she's just chasing and chasing and chasing after me.
Yeah.
And I tell her, so what do you like? You know, man, what are your values? What do you value? Well, I don't know. Like, I'm not picky. I don't judge.
What the fuck is
What
that?
the fuck? So I told her, so
That's our values.
Well, how do you go about, like, I mean, so you mean to tell me you can go out with anybody, can go out with you? Any fucking guy can come up to you and you'll give him a chance. And she's like, well, no. Okay, so what do you look for you to say yes? Well, he has to be caring. He has to have a job. He has to work for his kids if he has kids. Be a good dad, and basically just listing responsibilities.
Yeah.
And I'm like, everybody does that.
Right.
Everybody has their own list of responsibilities, priorities. Maybe not everybody has kids. But everybody takes care of somebody.
Yeah, we do.
Everybody takes care of themselves, somebody, something,
family,
all
member,
the time.
Yeah.
So you're not even doing anything different. You're not asking for anything different. You're not
asking
really
for the
asking
same for your own. It's like a slave, kind of.
I told her.
Like a comfort slave.
Why don't you concentrate more about what you want instead of what you want you're a man to be? That's what you keep painting a picture that doesn't exist because you value the romance and all the shit from the movies.
Oh, that programming.
Yeah, because I tell her, well, what? And then she'll tell me, you know, romance like this and romance like that. And I was like, well, so you like people with money? And she's like, no, you don't need money. I was like, oh, yeah, you do. You need money to buy those flowers. You need money to ride that carriage. You need money for romance. The way it's explained on TV. And she's like, because otherwise, well, how do you know what romance is then? Like, what do you have to compare it to? Or what can you say, man, I just felt really romance one time when this guy said this to me. That's not romance. That's considered being sweet.
Yeah. You'll feel it. You'll feel it in a form of an essence and an energy.
So romance, but it has to be something physical, something that they can physically feel, see, taste, or touch. It has to be something physical, because they'll be like, well, you don't have to buy me anything. You can just, you know, give me some chocolates or stuff like that.
That's like charming.
You know, that's still the same thing. And
Yeah.
everybody knows here that nothing's fucking free. Everybody's always iffy about accepting a gift because they know inside that they're really not giving it to you for free.
Because
They're going to ask for some kind of payment in return.
These things are emotional investments, pretty much, to see what they can get out of it.
Basically.
I've never realized how much I've done for people for free without even asking.
Same here.
You see what I mean?
But
what gave you that mentality to just not even question it?
I don't know. Like, I was just...
It felt right.
I only do it for people that are really cool. Like,
Yeah.
Max and John, I bought like a whole half of shrooms and we split it. And I didn't even ask her for nothing.
For John, I gave him like $300 so he can get his car out the fucking impound and ask for it back. He's like, he's a cool ass motherfucker, dude. I love hanging out with him, dude. So
What I'm saying is, what gave you that state of mind to have that loyalty?
Oh, cause I know like nobody really does anything for me like this.
Yeah,
so I always try to do
at
shit
least
for my
make
friends.
that change in that
You
fucking
see how
cycle.
you didn't need the Bible to believe in that?
No, I didn't.
You see how it just naturally comes to you?
It just
That's
felt
what I'm
right.
trying to tell the people who are stuck in the Bible. You don't even believe in it. You can't even say you do. You completely, like, segregated yourself from that belief. So in your mind, in your subconscious, when you think about yourself and you reflect on yourself, because everybody has that trauma thing where they're questioning what they're doing and if they're doing something right.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, that's what I'm talking about. What did that subconscious have the information to reflect on? You obviously didn't go to Bible school. You obviously didn't go to church. And you obviously didn't pray to the right God, and so to speak, by the religion, because you didn't know any prayers from there. And you don't have that power of belief behind it. Anybody who's in church will tell you that your prayers don't work because you really don't believe. That's why you have to go to church.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So how did you find that loyalty? Or where did you get it from?
It's
How do you
inherent.
know how to do that?
It's inherent. I felt it was
It's part of
inherent.
your basic instinct. It's just like anybody can do something bad just as
Yeah.
well as they could do something good. It's part of your life. And that truth was fucking painted as heaven and hell.
Pretty much, man.
That's what they did, because they feel in the inside that it's true, because people can do wicked, dark shit. And people can do the most fucking kind fucking things that they've ever fucking seen. That's how they feel that, oh, this must be right. It makes sense because people act that way.
It's kind of like, and you can relate that same bullshit to the zodiac signs, you know? Like, all of them are all in the same meaning, but because everybody acts the same way, and then the people fucking feel like it correlates to them. It's like, dude, if you read the other sign, you feel like it correlates to you as well. Trust me.
Hey, do me a favor. You still watch TV shows and shit? Like,
Please say
Nah,
you
just
do.
on Netflix.
Well, yeah,
if
that's
you do
perfect.
watch TV show, do you watch TV shows on Netflix? Or do you watch like old school movies, like from our time?
'Cause
like,
I
shit that I've
tried.
heard growing up.
I tried watching TV, dude.
Okay, look.
Couldn't.
Watch like that 70s show or shows from the TV from like people that like are broke niggas that came out on regular TV, like Friends.
Yeah.
Just pay attention to one show, bro, and I promise you can call out almost every single person that you've encountered in those shows. The characters
Yeah.
that they behave and act like are them. And which is what I'm thinking, like, they were basically you're not even realizing that you're acting like a fucking person from a
show.
TV show.
Yeah, that's I hate people with fake personality.
Exactly. You call that shit out all the time, and that's why you started viewing different music.
Mm-hmm.
Because you
Yeah.
believe in the music. And you're like, man, fuck these fake ass niggas. You know what I'm saying? They all do the same shit. They
Yeah.
all fucking go off the same fucking thing. And fucking get their shit from a different person.
Yeah.
So you're like, I'm going after the real ones. And that's why you know a lot about music from
Good
underground people, and you respect people that try to do it on their own and shit.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. You see, you were able to see the fake from it because nobody implanted some kind of belief in you. Your parents were supposed to force you into religion so you can have that easy, open mind where they can empty out a vessel and come back in it.
Yeah, I guess that's why I'm so open-minded, because my mom and dad never forced me to do any type of religious thing.
Exactly,
Yeah,
and the
that's
people
crazy.
that were
I
forced,
was.
they act different.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They viewed life differently. They believe that it's just everything that happens traumatically in your life is because of the devil and God. And they just don't even realize it on their own. They just told their mind to keep going, which is what fucking people tell you in the workout videos, in the fucking motivational speakers.
Mm-hmm.
That's like a pastor for the fucking workout people.
Yeah.
They say the same fucking things. The same fucking things to motivate you and get you up. You can't hang out with chickens to soar with eagles. Tell you the
Yeah.
same thing in those motivational speeches.
Mm-hmm.
You want to be a lion, you want to be a beast, you got to hang out with the beast. You know what I'm saying? That segregation. That's
Pretty
supposed to
much.
make you feel that you're better than them because you're doing something honorable. You're doing
Different.
something different.
That's why everybody glorifies going to the gym. They're fucking, I'm at the gym.
Yeah,
taking
bro,
selfies.
Just
Yeah.
imagine saying the same thing. I'm at the church,
Mhm.
going over here, taking in some prayers. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's the same mentality.
Pretty much.
So, I mean, I'm all for making yourself better. And
Exactly.
shit like that,
Me
it's
too.
like when
But
you
what are you
flaunt it,
doing it for?
It's like, yeah. Like,
Yeah, are
I'm
you
just
doing it
trying to
because
do it 'cause I want
everybody's doing
people's
it?
attention,
Exactly.
basically, but it's like, why?
Exactly. I know. It's fucking. Why do that shit? Why chase something that you know you're never gonna get? Like, they tell you too in American Idol, millions, thousands of people, you see how many broken hearts and how many people cry because they believed in it so bad that it was gonna be them. I mean, you think they're not gonna go home after wasting all that time and reflect on themselves after that trauma? After getting so close and then getting kicked out because they say, hey, I'm sorry, but you guys know only one person out of millions of people that believe they can do this. That's so fucked up. Basically leading them to their own deaths.
Mm-hmm.
It's all like X Factor. That one's pretty tight. It's actually like a battle. Like they fucking they don't it's pretty much like the best
Talent.
yeah.
Yeah. Whatever you want to show, whatever you feel like you're good at. Yeah, I know. I've seen it. It's pretty cool. I like it because I like to see what fucking people can do. That's why. I like to see that. Like, what people can do when they fucking just dedicate their all to it.
Yeah. It's pretty crazy.
That shit's coming from the heart. And you can tell. It might be commercialized, they might limit to them to doing certain things, but all of it is coming from the heart. That's what they're trying to see. Which one stands out in the crowd the most?
It's like watering down the heart.
Mm-hmm. And then once they get it, they just commercialize them. Once they find out who's the one that made it the most, they commercialize
For
them.
real, they fucking
Mm-hmm.
it's destroy
Alright,
that person's spirit.
Who's the
Like
one
Kelly
you're looking at?
Clarkson.
Alright, him, bet. It's like
Alright,
like
let's
in
fuck 'em
prison.
up. Yeah.
Like in prison, when you get the biggest guy or look for the toughest dude or the one that's feared the most.
Latino.
That's the mentality you put yourself into when you're going into an environment like that.
Yeah.
And you gotta think that it's a spiritual battlefield. So you have to
Pretty
go
much.
after the most treasured person.
Simon.
I need to go.
Give me Simon.
Miguel, don't leave us.
I need to go real quick.
Where you going?
I gotta get something to eat.
Oh.
Head ass, I was sharing with you.
I want some fruit though
I
Go for
totally
it.
forgot.
that I haven't ate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go for it, B.
Oh, it's the Blue Dream.
Mm-hmm.
Let me smell it. I forgot. He had labeled the bags for me.
This shit smells fucking good, dude.
So all of them smell, dude. They all have that fucking like piney smell to them.
Oh my god.
He has that same green crack he had last time when he had that Tangy Kush.
Yeah.
The one that was like orange as fuck, like the orangey hairs and shit on the green crack. I got that one too. That Jack Nice, it looks really, really fucking good, dude. It's like so frosty.
Yeah.
But I'm smoking it one strand at a time.
It's fucking cool. Ow. I want to get like more humidifiers and like place them all around like the house and have all the house humidified so your skin will always be moisturized all around. I don't know. I want something to feel like a tropical rainforest. I want to go to like Chile or somewhere over there in South America and just like,
You know, you could bottle the air from there. Like, there's this company that, you know, that most expensive shit that I watched.
yeah.
They did this one where they went to the Alpine Mountains and like all types of like badass natural places, and they bottled the air from there, and they sell the air for like $200 $200 a can, and it's like an oxygen mask, and you just press the thing, and you
How long
inhale
does it last?
I don't know. You
Yeah.
inhale the shit from that environment.
I wonder how many breaths you get in a can for $200.
But they said they have a really, really good market in China because how polluted it is and shit. So, I mean, they're pretty smart. But that's
Fucked
some
up.
whole shit.
Yeah, it's like fucked up in the point of view of humanity.
So, you want to live healthy?
Yeah.
$200. $200.
It's like, who the fuck?
And it's not even big. It's like a fucking Lysol can. I thought it would be like an oxygen tank or some shit.
It's happening here too, anyway, too. With like, even with water, with Nestle, they fucking own water.
They own a lot of shit.
Dude, yeah, they do. And I worked for them. I seen the plant on the inside. Fucking, it's like they fucking produce this water in a lab. They don't even.
Yeah, you don't even need nothing to produce water. You do need hydrogen and oxygen and fire. And that's how you just burn it. Fucking it creates the.
It's like synthetic alchemy.
Condensation.
It's like fucking tainted because the intent. You can make it. It's the intent that's behind the process.
Yeah, because that's how that dude on that one movie, The Martian, the one with John, what's his fucking name? Matt Damon.
The one who fucking took his shit and fucking made potatoes.
Yeah.
And, yeah.
I mean, you can really do all of that shit though. That's pretty crazy.
Yeah, I know. From a perspective of coming from.
Botanist.
Yeah. You must have like some really good shit. I wouldn't go for potatoes, so dude. I would go for like some fruits or something.
That's
like
all he
fucking
had.
tree. I know that's all he had. Wait, what the hell did he have with potatoes in space in the first place? I forgot.
Because he had regular rations of food, and then he ran out, and he realized all he had left was the potatoes.
But yeah, but
because you don't need to eat potatoes the way they eat them in the tube and shit with all the other food, because it's like so easy to make because they have that shit that heats it up. So basically, you just bake it. But I guess that's why they have just potatoes. I don't know. I don't know why. But
what was the whole point of the movie again? To colonize Mars?
No, because they were in Mars. They went to Mars because they were doing some shit. I forgot, but he got stranded out there because they thought he died because there was a storm, and then one of the pieces of the satellites, the antenna, it like stabbed him in the chest, and it punctured his suit, and he started leaking his oxygen. And they thought he died, but he survived because his blood clotted up the hole, and then he woke up and then he pretty much had to survive until they can go get him. But they already took off and they were on their way back home, and they didn't have enough gas to turn around. You know what I'm saying? Because you only get enough gas. Well, how they say.
How do
So
you
go there
propel?
and back.
How do you propel in a vacuum to space?
But you're asking what the movie's about. I'm
Yeah,
telling
no,
you what the
I
movie's
know.
about.
Until like I thought just came into my head though randomly. It's like when you were painting the picture in my head. That's why.
And they didn't have enough to go back, so they had to go back home and then go back. And
Mhm.
it takes like years to get out there. I don't know how much long they said, but he had to wait that long for them to get out there, so he had to survive. I mean, he could have just died. But.
Yeah, he could have, but you know that's what makes it into a fucking movie. Of course, they did say. I remember that they did save him.
Yeah, he survived and he became the botanist teacher.
Yeah. Hey, look, Michael's back.
Michael.
Yeah,
Hell yeah, bet.
Should start heading back.
They left at 12:45, 12:40.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's close to 12:50. We still got some more time.
One more tonight.
One more blunt.
Blunt time.
That shit is boring as fuck. I need to get out.
What is boring?
The vacuum.
Oh
It's
man.
just so dreading.
I know, dude. That's why I said trade, dude, because I know how it is.
Talk to me, dude.
Oh.
Talk to me.
I know how it is, bro. That's why I said trade, dude.
I mean, I already did pretty much half of it.
It's gonna have to be done again.
I know.
So you can take over,
Yeah.
Max.
No problem. Hey, it's still here. You just dig in. Where's my? Oh, I forgot the water. Oh, I left both my waters at the site. Whack.
I think I left my water too.
Triple whack.
Quad.
Whack.
And that's why, well, yeah, man, that's why I've been trying to compare, like, everything I can from the religion to the government.
Yep.
And I need to find a way to convince people that they don't even think that the government affects their lives. Nobody thinks that anybody is affected. You know why? Because they believe in God.
And the ones that start.
Yeah. For real. You know what? I ask people this question sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Hold
Hold on. I'm sorry to interrupt you. I want to hear what Oscar wanted to say.
Yeah,
real
go
quick.
for it.
So the ones that start saying that they do question the government fucking with their lives, they start saying they're crazy.
Yeah.
Go on.
Oh yeah. Ask people this question sometimes. Who or what gives you the reason or what's the reason you woke up this morning?
Damn, that lady's talking loud as fuck.
What is it?
Sounds like
What
a
do they
concert
usually
in
tell
her
you?
car.
Work. God
and work.
and work. They never say, oh, I want to work on myself and do this and that and this, or talk about their dreams or some shit like that. They just say God or work, and they keep like, damn.
Well, who ask them, what's your purpose in life?
I should.
And this is like
To
Oh.
work and work. Get
only
a good
God
career.
can judge me, instead of saying like, oh, it only matters what I think. Like what I think should matter to myself. You know.
Yes.
They say what God thinks matters to me, instead of saying like, you know what I'm saying? I'd rather
Think about
just-
yourself. Learn how to survive by yourself. Here, I'm gonna teach you how to do it the right way. He's like, give your soul to me. All you gotta do is give yourself completely to me, and you will be just fine. And that's what I'm saying. That's how government was able to slip in. And now it's called government because they slowly
Parasite.
started disconnecting you from religion.
From spirit.
Because they gave you something fake to believe in when they fucking killed you. If you didn't want to become
Take this religion.
Yeah, I was like, what the fuck?
The fuck is that?
Why do you guys want to talk about that right away? I'm like, dude, that's how your power came to be. Don't you see that? Don't you know your history? Don't you know where you come from? Like, you think that doesn't matter? So you're saying what you do doesn't matter. So then why do you even believe in God if it doesn't matter? I tell people all the time, it's like, what the fuck? Well, that's dumb to look at it that way. I was like, why is that my way dumb and your way isn't? I'm basically calling you out on your fake ass religion, and you're saying I'm the dumb one.
For real.
Okay.
Neck pop felt so good.
Man, these fake ass oranges are good as fuck.
These fake ass oranges. You want some real ass food though?
Yeah. I need some sugar to keep me up. Fucking falling asleep.
You need something electric, like this food.
Electric.
Sugar doesn't make you stay up. It's like a cocaine.
Cocaine.
It's like aspartame.
You got Brazil nuts in there?
Huh? Yeah, it's Brazil cheese.
I'm gonna start making smoothies.
That shit's lit. Yeah. I made a new ice cream. It's like mango and banana with the hemp seeds.
Banana mango.
I'm gonna get a guanabano mañana.
Mañana un pinche guanabano, güey.
Soursop.
Mhm.
I'm gonna give me one of those tomorrow. Yeah, I can't wait. I'm gonna try that. For my first time.
Dude.
What?
Try one.
What?
A fake ass orange.
Dude, try one. That's what I'm saying. You gotta try one. It's fucking good. I mean one. That's how good it is. When I said one, I meant one.
I feel like it's biting back at my tongue. Like a pineapple enzyme.
It's just so juicy.
It's like a pineapple enzyme. I feel like it's eating back at me.
I'm eating back at you. Dude. Yeah. I can't believe. I think the Pentecostal Christians are the worst. They're like the most fucking ignorant, lost people I've ever seen in my life. They glorify superiority and don't even realize it.
Mm-hmm.
Their whole agenda is to stand out of the crowd. You're above them. You're better. How can you stand out of being holy if you don't dress this way? Basically.
If you cannot holy my holy, motherfucker.
The holiest of the holiest. You guys are it. Because you know what their whole religion is based off of? Their belief. There's a story about Jesus Christ.
Sir.
And how the Holy Spirit, this certain guy in this town, and the Holy Spirit went inside him, and he just filled him with information of basically of God and the universe and whatever.
Spiritual jizz.
And he's the one that knew that started the word and the spreading around of the second coming of Jesus. So that story is what they base their entire fucking religion on. They're basically waiting for their Savior to come. But the Holy Spirit's gonna get inside you and explain everything before that happens.
Hell no, he's not.
And that's why they shake and all that. That's the Holy Spirit going in there, consuming them with information about God, and basically the Holy Spirit is the
Yeah.
sole essence of God that connects you to Him. He's the vessel that speaks
Through
from
him.
yeah. So that's the only way you can communicate with God, and He can communicate with you through a spiritual form. And the only way to do that is to be holy. Pray, follow these, believe, read, follow. I'm like, that's why you can't lead yourself. You base your religion off of a mentality that brainwashes you to be a follower. And Pentecostal is like one of the biggest religion on top of Baptist. Like, there's the most type of Christians out there. You know what I'm saying? They basically brainwashed a mind of a follower, a beta male. Now everybody thinks you just need to chill and wait. It doesn't matter how much they beat you, they use you. You're gonna be rewarded when you die.
Yeah.
That's what I told my
Oh
sister.
shit, you actually did roll another blunt. I'm almost smoking it now, shit.
Oh, where did this come from, man?
Yeah. I'm like, it's good.
We got here 5 minutes, dude.
Oh shit, we gotta go.
Back to the fucking plantation.
You gotta go back to killing yourself.
Hell no.
What we don't even know is that they take us the very right to even think about killing ourselves, ending our misery on our own.
Because they say you'll go straight to hell.
Yeah.
And the government doesn't do it, but they don't go by the Bible. They say they don't go by the Bible, and the Bible's everywhere in the court system.
Pretty much. Like, swear on this fucking book.
Yeah, you have to swear an oath anytime you take a stand before a court.
I'm like, oath to what, nigga?
To the Bible.
Is it straight?
No, it's actually, I think,
The
that way.
opposite.
Yeah. I'll figure it out, B. Trust me.
You can just
that
go
way,
straight.
you go left.
I think. I'm pretty sure you can go straight to. Let's see. Let me double check though.
I'm gonna text Rigo.
So I don't want anything from the store ads.
Yeah, for real. Make up some fucking
She's
bullshit.
like, hey, we got lost, dude. All our phones are disconnected.
But somehow I'm texting you.
What the fuck?
You want something from the store, don't we?
Let me through, thank you. And I gotta go inside this parking lot. The stain might
Go through the parking lot, go to the end, and then make a right.
I ain't gonna get going in now, it's retarded. Might as well fucking invest in it completely.
Oh shit.
Oh, whoa.
For my name, man.
Whoa.
I don't even know my name.
Wom.
One day I'll find out.
Wom.
Hey, look at this. Look at that. What the fuck? People don't know how to drive
How the
nowadays.
fuck? How dare you drive in the parking lot, dude? It's
Right?
not
It's for
fucking
parking, not for driving. Fuck.
As soon as you enter, you better park that shit.
Yeah.
Hey, roll low with the windows down.
You pull the windows down.
You're in window. Here.
Thank you.
You're a Nintendo. 5% tint. So
All
you
up
can
in my
see
window.
up in my window.
Oh,
These niggas don't understand me because I bought
all of candy. Pieced up.
You know what they say?
Just
You
too
know,
depressed.
you know what's funny? People say music doesn't affect us and nothing. Dude, I used to like devote my life into getting shit like that. Why you think I was starting off with Cadillacs all the time? And every time I would lose them, bro, every single time, wondering what the fuck did I do wrong, dude?
I just always
All the time.
love the beat in the rhythm.
Dude,
and
that was my
everything.
next step when I got the Cadillac, bro.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's
I'm a
tight.
rapper.
No.
What?
Painting rims.
Oh.
Candy paint. Getting 5% tint so they can't see up in my window. Because I'll be like 5% tint, and then I'll be like, you know what? I am gonna get some, bro. That's exactly what I would do, bro. Exactly like that. Yeah, it's crazy.
Ice tubes.
It's just all the way straight, right?
He fucked me. Oh yeah, that group. See, that was a group message.
The ice cube.
On my face.
Oh yeah.
I thought you were gonna put the hairline on it. It would have been fucking
I
tight.
should've. I'm gonna cut out just like the fucking the
You like
lineup.
that, just the hairline.
Yeah, the lineup and just add it onto it. I like the ones when you like coming out of that bud, just like rising from the bud.
And
It's
put
like
a bun on it. You can put it out after that shit. Like, hey, you smell like bud? Nah.
Nah.
Do I smell like bud? Nah.
Nah,
Two motherfuckers that smell like bud.
Hell yeah.
Man, you're getting me paranoid, bro. Stop it.
I have oils right here.
But dude, I started thinking and I was like, fuck. I started feeling guilty. You see that shit?
Yeah.
I want to know what triggers that.
What you did? Yeah.
Why can't
It just
control
feels
my
so.
emotion?
It just feels so natural to me to just smoke bud.
But I mean, why
But
can't I
smart.
control my emotion?
Oh
You know, I know I do it. I know I don't care.
yeah. I don't
But
know.
I still get that emotion
Every
triggered
time-
every single time.
Ever since I broke that feeling of supposed OCD, I've just been like flowing more freely, like without the restraints of like overthinking things. Sometimes.
But what triggers you to clean?
What triggers that clean? I don't know. It's just more of an experience through me and skateboarding and me and music
No.
and the arts to like
What triggers you to want to clean
clean what
anything?
to like clean like a house,
Yeah.
the dirt.
You know what I do? I imagine order. That's why, like, what is it that you feel? What is that emotion that you feel that makes you want to clean? And I think I feel that need for order. That's why I always like, we gotta organize, guys. We gotta organize, and it does help with this in this system.
I feel the need for harmony. That's why like I clean whenever like I feel like it's I feel like something has to be clean. And it's like, all right, good. Now it's like at its full potential because it's clean. You know, it's like if it's like unharmonious, it's not gonna fucking function right, or the way you want it to fucking work with anything really, because you're forcing it. You're not in harmony.
But we always force things.
Yeah, we do. That's why we fucking come out tired.
But that's where we get our power.
Yeah,
Going
our
beyond our
physical,
limits.
our physical expansions. But we can also fucking tackle that and take care of.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Secret to the smell, Pete.
Yeah.
Just putting it in here. Keeps it fresh too.
Oh yeah. It's a fucking smell-proof pouch.
Does it make the other one taste like
No, it's not.
Hell no, fucking Colonial, fucking Parkway.
Yeah, it is. You're right. It always smells. It always tastes like that shit.
What's so colonial about this part?
There's a lot of commercial.
It's probably a bunch of fucking burial grounds underneath this shit.
There's a
This is where the
reason.
battlefield was.
Probably.
Hey, you know what? What? Dude. All these names.
Yeah, dude.
All
look at
these names.
Because the battlefield was
Carter's Grove.
and Pasadena was over there by that big ass golf course.
Yeah.
And everything
Another-
around there has to do
That's
with
another burial
Dude, we
ground.
name all our streets by our leaders.
Yeah, Sam Houston, Galveston. and
Everything
all
by our leaders. Houston itself is named after the fucking white leader. And what is he about?
And all metropolitan areas are fucking designed the same way to provide the same algorithms through the society.
Basically, they implanted that they own everything. They
Yeah.
put their name on everything.
And
It's
the
very
dude-
fucking streets that you fucking drive in.
That dude Galveston was a fucked up dude too.
That's why you should be grateful. You know what my sister told me grace means in the Bible?
What?
Something that was given to you that wasn't deserved. That you didn't deserve.
The fuck?
Yeah. That's what I said. That's what grace means. Something that was given to you that you didn't deserve.
Hell no. It probably sounded
Basically,
with the windows
you
down
don't
and shit.
deserve your life
Yeah.
because God gave it to you. He gave you a gift that you don't deserve. So you gotta pay him back in full with your life.
Hell no.
So basically, you were nothing before he came, and since he gave you the gift of life that you don't deserve, you have to give your soul to him. That's what it comes down to in plain English. If you get down to the technical form, and then they're like, "No, it's not like that." What if you view it like that? It's like looking at it in a bad way and stuff. Like, because it is. There is no other view of it. That's the truth. That's what it is. I like to get down to the bottom of things. I do. It makes me understanding why things work. Helps me understand. Helps me get better with myself. I've always known that. And that's what I do everything off of. I get to the bottom of it. Like, what is causing this? What's going on? Like, come on. Like, I don't want to make the same mistake. That's what I always base my shit off of.
All day,
Every day.
every day.
24.
We don't play.
Light as
What the fuck did you say?
Hold up. Don't be coming my way.
Alright. Gotta get back to the worko. That was our lunchtime hour blunt session and chat session we always have. We just decided to start recording these and sharing it with people to see what they're thinking about and about their realities. You know, like pretty much what to figure out why things are going on the way they're happening and how we can start connecting things together and figure shit out. Not everything, I guess, you know, like just start figuring shit out, you know, like one day at a time. Like a day is like a breath. It's like inhale, exhale, day and night. It's like, yeah, it's like, feel free to comment, share some thoughts, and maybe we'll, I'm sure we will fucking talk about it in the next fucking day, because, like, it's important, it's what y'all are thinking about, you know, just as you guys sat down and listened to us, yeah, we're gonna listen to you and see what, I don't know. Well, I gotta get back to work, so thank you. See you tomorrow.